Hello, this is Eddie Mendoza and welcome to Pathways of Hope. Question: do you have a favorite junk food? Do you prefer something sweet like chocolates or cookies? Or maybe something salty like potato chips or chicharron? Whatever it is, have you noticed that you can never really seem to have enough of it? Come on, be honest. We have a tendency to binge eat, don't we? Maybe it's not really junk, but have you ever found yourself eating not because you're really hungry, but because maybe you're tired or stressed or just looking for comfort? Whatever the reason why we binge, it seems to work, doesn't it? That's why we keep doing it and we can't stop. We can't stop. But after some time, you begin to feel it, don't you? Not stronger, but weaker. Not better, but heavier. What seemed satisfying actually leaves us worse off without our knowing it. And even if we're aware of these consequences, we just can't stop, can we? But really, I think you and I know what real good food is, what nourishes us, what strengthens us, and what truly sustains. But we can't always choose it, do we? What's my point? Well, this pattern of binging on things that are not really good for us goes beyond the food that we eat. We do the same thing in other aspects of life. We all carry a hunger and a craving inside us for, for peace, for meaning, for joy, or something that truly satisfies. Whether you know it or not, we do. But we fill that hunger with what is immediate and convenient or popular. We binge on distractions. We binge on comfort, on short lived happiness. We binge on entertainment, on recognition, on acceptance, and some kind of success. Anything that gives us a quick sense of relief and happiness. And again, for a while it works, but not for long because we crave for these again and again and again. It just fills us temporarily, but over time, it leaves us more restless, more empty, more dependent on the next thing. And then Jesus says something very direct in the Gospel of John, chapter 6, in this case, verse 55, where he says, "My flesh is true food, and my blood is true drink." That's the truth. He's drawing a line between what seems to satisfy and what actually gives life. In other words, he's telling us there is food that fills you for a moment, yes, and there is food that gives you life, life. And he says, "I am that true food. Everything else is junk food." Saint Augustine once said, "You have made us for yourself, O Lord, and our hearts are restless until they rest in you." Too often, we misunderstand our own desires. What the world offers will never satisfy the deepest longings of our hearts. Actually, God created us with that longing and that empty space in our hearts that only He can fulfill through Jesus Christ. Only He will be able to fill and satisfy that emptiness that He has created in our heart. And that's why, deep down, the hunger never really goes away. But that hunger is not a problem. It's an invitation. An invitation to stop settling for what only satisfies for a moment and to begin feeding on what is real. And Jesus is not offering us something just to add to our lives. No, He's offering Himself as the source of our life. Not just something to help us cope, but someone to sustain us and to complete us. Psalm 107 says, He satisfies the thirsty and fills the hungry with good things. My friends, Jesus is the nourishment that our souls crave. A truly deep and personal relationship with Jesus truly satisfies our deepest hunger. He meets our needs, He guides us in His plans for us, and He offers us peace of mind, and most of all, He offered up His life in order that we would have eternal life, where and when our hearts will no longer be restless because they would already be resting with the Lord. So, here's the invitation to you, my friends. The next time you feel some emptiness or some restlessness, that need for something more, don't rush to fill it with the usual way the world and all other influences promise to give the short lived satisfaction. Don't rush. Pause and turn to Jesus and speak to Him. Bring your hunger to Him. Tell Him honestly, Lord, I need you. So, the question is not whether we are hungry. We all are. The question is, are we ready to stop settling for what the world offers and start feeding on what truly gives life? Again, this is Eddie Mendoza, and may you choose Jesus to fill your heart with good things.